Yes people, RP here, and I'm back again for another video decode. Was J Dilla sacrificed? Today we're here to find out. Obviously you guys be sure to follow me up on my other platforms to help me spread the knowledge. www.linktree.com/VoximusPrime95. Links are in the description and are only a finger tap away. Please don't delay. Also be sure to watch this video before progressing on to any other videos on my channel. This video, what is Gematria, will explain what we're about to get into in this video. If you're new to this knowledge, you need to watch this video to understand what I'm about to show you guys. Also be sure to check out my previous decode, which was Black the Ripper. Was Black the Ripper sacrificed? He is a UK rapper, for those of you who don't know, and it's funny that at the time when I screenshotted this, it had 33 views. This wasn't intentional, but yeah, the number 33 is heavily collected to Black the Ripper's death, so check that video out if you are interested in the work. Of course, as you guys all know, men lie, women lie, but numbers do not lie, which is the premise of Gematria itself, really. But to keep a long story short, just understand that everything that you see in these videos, maybe they're not true, maybe they are true, I don't know. All I'm doing is showing you guys the numbers, and then you guys can decide for yourselves. I'm not saying it's A or it's B. All I'm saying is these are the numbers, this is what comes up, and this is what it is, you know what I mean? So let's get straight into it. James DeWitt Yancey, better known by his stage name J Dilla and JD, was an American record producer, drummer, rapper, and songwriter. He emerged in the mid-1990s underground hip-hop scene in Detroit, Michigan. As a member of the group Slum Village. He was also a member of the Soulquarians, a musical collective active during the late 1990s and early 2000s. So the first thing I want you guys to understand and realize here is the date. Sorry, not the date, but the year he was born in. Okay, 1974. As you can see, I've highlighted rapper and 1974. Reasons being for that is because if you've checked out my What is Gematria video, you will know all about the number 74 and how it relates back to the music industry and a lot of rappers. As you guys can see, the list over here of the 74s that we have, and we'll just go through this quickly for you guys. You may have missed this video, but I'm going to go through it quickly anyway, because I want to be able to have these little clips that I put on TikTok to have the information in bite-sized form so that everyone can get it, because I know not everyone's going to watch the full video, because, you know, attention spans these days are like goldfishes. So anyway, the word Gematria, this is in simple English, guys. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z, the 26th letter. Okay, Gematria equals 74. What is Gematria? It's a Jewish practice from Jewish mysticism. Jewish equals 74. It's based off the English language. English equals 74. It's occult knowledge. Occult means hidden. I went into this into my What is Gematria video. Don't think of occult as, ooh, scary, boogeyman. No. Occult just means hidden. That's all it means. Occult, the word occult means hidden from sight. Occult. This is occult knowledge. 74. Masonic. Self-explanatory. 74. The word killing. 74. How many rappers do we know that end up getting killed, right? Pop Smoke, Takeoff, Tupac, Biggie, J Dilla, right? Even though his death wasn't technically a killing, as we'll go into in this video, but you can see the connection there. Sorry, rapper 74, killing 74. Lucifer 74, Jesus 74, which is very interesting that Jesus and Lucifer have the same connection, because it's like, aren't they meant to be enemies? But anyway, Jesus Christ 74, Independence Day 74. Those of you who are from America, what day is Independence Day? It's on 7/4, isn't it? July the 4th, 7/4, 4/7, 74. Gospel, Jesus's gospel 74. Jesus spoke in parables 74. Cross, Jesus died on the cross 74. Messiah, Jesus was a Messiah 74. We have a holiday for Jesus 74. Holiday or Independence Day also equals 74, just like holiday. And Machiavelli, look, Tupac's alternate name 74. Right, a lot of rappers die, and a lot of rappers also do this Jesus ritual. If you watch Kendrick Lamar's N95 video, you'll see a lot of Jesus symbolism there. If you watch the Baby's video, I can't remember which one it is, but he's also on a cross. I believe Tupac his Machiavelli album had a cross on it, him on a cross. I believe 6ix9ine also recently did some sort of Jesus ritual where he was on a cross. They put a lot of rappers on crosses, people. All right. So he was born on February the 7th, right? 2/7, 1974 in Detroit, Michigan. For those of you that have watched the What is Gematria video, you'll know all about Detroit, Michigan and why it's important, especially in today's video. Just understand the day of the year, February the 7th. If you count from January the 1st to February the 7th, that is 38 days, right? This is the 38th day of the year that he was born on, right? If you guys watched my previous video, you'll know all about the number 38 because murder equals 38. This is in reverse full reduction. This is the alphabet in reverse order with the rules of numerology. I'm not going to go into it in this video because I've gone into it in previous videos. But let's understand that the word murder in reverse full reduction equals 38, just like how he was born on the 38th day of the year. Also notice his date numerology, right? The day he was born on, 2, right? February the 7th. Oh, they're messing with my things. Oh, hold on a minute. They're messing with it. They're messing with it. I don't know what happened there, guys. They just messed with it. I don't know what happened. 2, right? February the 7th, right? 74, the year. Add up those numbers, you get 83, the reflection of 38. And also notice how Detroit, Michigan, where he was born, equals 83. So he was born on the 38th day of the year. Murder equals 38. His date numerology of his actual birthday was on 83 date numerology, and he was born in Detroit, Michigan, which equals 83. 83 is the 23rd prime number. 23 is the 9th prime number. And he was 32 at the age of his passing. 23 is the reflection of the number 32. Now, number 9. So see how I'm going through this. 23 and 9. Yep, right. So 9 is the 3rd square number. And he was born on 2/7, right? February the 7th. 2 plus 7 equals 9. And he dies 3 days after his birthday, completing the ritual. So you see how we've gone here? We've gone from the 83, Detroit, Michigan, the 23rd prime. Then I just found the 20, what was the number property of 23? 23, my number property is 9. Then from the 9, I found the 3rd square. And he dies 3 days after his birthday, right? And we already discussed the number 9 in my previous video with Cadet and with Black the Ripper. As we know, 9 is the number of completion. As you can see here, Chip released a song called 0420. Right, 0420, rest in peace Black the Ripper. 4/20/21, the year after Black the Ripper died, equals 9. The number 9 is powerful. It represents completion, although not a final ending, more like a fulfillment of one cycle so that you can prepare to initiate the next one. It's a recognition of life's ongoing ebb and flow. And we'll just show you here the song that Chip released, 0420, Black the Ripper. Notice that it's got 7.3 thousand eyeballs on it, and you know, sacrifice equals 73. Also notice with Cadet, you know, he had the ritual, the car accident that he died in, right? The car accident he died in. Obviously Krept and Conan, Krept is his cousin, but Krept and Conan are a duo, so it's almost like this ritual was for the careers of Krept and Conan. Also notice how all these numbers add up to a number 9. If you're new to this work, you've not seen this before, but if you've seen this previous video of Cadet, you will know what I'm talking about. All these numbers add up to 9. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 1 plus 5 plus 3 equals 9. 7 plus 2 equals 9. They all equal 9. Again, the number 9. So, Yancey died at the age of 32 from a combination of TTP and lupus. Although his life is short, he was considered one of the most influential producers in hip-hop and popular music. Notice how death and TTP have the synchronization of 25, right? 25. Also notice how Detroit, Michigan equals 250. For those of you who don't know, in numerology, 0 has no value. So you drop the 0, and obviously 250 now becomes 25, just like death and TTP. Also notice the word rapper equals 88, and Detroit, Michigan equals 88. And as I showed you earlier from that power graph, he was a rapper. He's best known for his producing, but Wikipedia decided to tell us that he was a rapper as well. So I put rapper in there. And you notice a lot of rappers from Detroit actually do end up dead. Also notice the Soulquarians, the group that he was part of, the music collective he was part of, the Soulquarians equals 88, just like murdered equals 88, just like dead rapper equals 88. So he was also a drummer, right? He was also a drummer. And it's interesting because a lot of drummers from bands tend to die. As you can see here, 21 famous drummers that died and are no longer with us. Right? You got John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. Got Keith Moon. Right? Charlie Watts. Neil Peart, sorry. Jerry Jordanson, Al Jackson Jr. A lot of drummers die. So anyway, getting back to this drummer synchronicity. 38 with death and drummer, and 97. And remember, he was born on the 38th day of the year. Drummer equals 38. Also notice murder equals 79, just like how the reflection of drummer 97 is 79. For those of you who think we're reaching with this like reflection thing, you have to understand that Gematria is based on the English alphabet going forwards and backwards. So it makes sense that you go off the numbers forwards and backwards too, right? It just makes sense. For those of you who think, oh, that's a stretch, you're reaching. No, I'm going forwards and backwards with the words. So why wouldn't I go forwards and backwards with the numbers? Also notice producer, as he was a producer, and Detroit equals 44, just like the word kill equals 44. We've gone over the number kill. We've gone over the word kill and 44 and what 4 means. Obviously, he was born on February the 7th. He died on February the 10th. Understand, February the 10th is the 41st day of the year. The 41st day of the year. 41st day of the year. Just like Los Angeles, California, where they said he died. 41 in full reduction. This is the English alphabet with the rules of numerology. Los Angeles, California, 41. Notice how he dies in 2006, just like 26, right? You take away the zeros. 26, the reflection of 26 is the number 62, and sacrifice equals 62. Again, I'm just showing you guys the numbers. You guys can decide for yourselves what you think. How did J Dilla pass? Cardiac arrest. Yancey died on February the 10th, 2006 at his home in Los Angeles, California, 3 days after his 32nd birthday and the release of his final album, Donuts. Maureen said that the cause was cardiac arrest. So we've had lupus and TTP, now we've got cardiac arrest, alright? Just notice the date again, February the 10th, right? 2/10. Add up those numbers, you get 12. Cardiac arrest equals 120. Again, you remove the 0, you get 12. Cardiac arrest, 120, right? Or 12. Again, this is just the English alphabet. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, and so forth, up to Z, the 26th letter. You just add up the numbers, and this is what you get. Again, this is what they told us. This is what they told us. I'm not making these numbers up. They told us he died from a cardiac arrest. Also notice the word rapper equals 34, just like black equals 34, as he was a black rapper. Of course, you got the 81 there for the ritual number. The reason why I bring this up is because the date that he died on, right? Again, February the 10th, 2006. Add up those numbers, you get 29. Black 29, right? Black's also 11, but also notice how 2 plus 9 equals 11, right? And of course, 2 plus 10. Sorry, February the 10th, 06. Drop the 20, just put 06, you get 18. Again, 18, the reflection of 18 is 81. Ritual 81. And even on the final date numerology, look, February the 10th, 2006, when you break it down, you get the 11. 11 is the master number in masonry, for those of you who do not know. So look, Yancey died at the age of 32 from a combination of TTP and lupus, right? Lupus, 89, Los Angeles, California, where he died, 89. Also notice how lupus equals 17 and 46, just like sacrifice equals 170, again drop the 0, 17, and 46, just like our producer equals 46, and J Dilla was known as an influential producer. Also notice that Society of Jesus, who are the ones that are running these operations, Jesuit Order, Society of Jesus, Illuminati, Freemasons, the Templar Order, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't matter, it's all under the same umbrella. We're just calling them the Society of Jesus for now. It could become another name in 100 years time, who cares? It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, it's Society of Jesus who's running these operations right now. Society of Jesus equals 56, TTP equals 56, dead rapper, again, 56, right? They told us earlier he was a rapper. He was known for producing, but he was also a rapper too. Also notice how James and J Dilla have this synchronicity with the number 48 and the number 12 and 21, right? Again, reflections of each other, 12 and 21, right? Notice how Illuminati and Freemason both equal 48, just like James and J Dilla. Also notice, I think I showed you guys this already, but the 12 again with his name, James being 12, and again the reflection, J Dilla 21, right? Even if you look at it, if you kind of look at the date, right? If you was to look at the date, February the 10th, if you took away the 0 from the 10, you get 21, right? February the 10th, 2/10, you take away the 0, you get 21. So J Dilla, same, cardiac arrest, right? It all kind of fits, right? Again, I'm not reaching here. It just fit. It honestly, I couldn't make this up even if I wanted to. It just fits. Honestly, it just fits. And even look, the 120 fits again with the Illuminati. Again, drop the 0, you get 12. James, 33 in reverse full reduction. Now we saw the 33 with cadet. Obviously, cadet equals 33. Federal, masonry, police equals 33. But even with Black the Ripper, we saw the 33. Because remember, Black the Ripper died in April 2020. His nickname, Ital Sampson, equals 33. Blackavelli was another one of his names, equals 33, right? So we got the 33 with J Dilla here, James, his real name, 33 with Cadet, 33 with Black the Ripper. Coincidence? I don't know. But notice how he died at the age of 32, which would have meant what? He was in his 33rd year of age, right? He would have been in his 33rd year of age. Once he turned 33, he would have been in his 34th year of age. And of course, 33 is a big number with the Master Masons, right? The 33rd degree is a supreme honor bestowed only on those who have demonstrated outstanding service to the Brotherhood as well as professional and personal accomplishments. February the 10th, 2006, equals 114. Now, I always find it weird that they write it like this, like February. They put February 10, 2006 when it should be the 10th. You know, I said this in my Black the Ripper video, you know, like it is the English language, so why don't they speak it properly? It should be February the 10th, right, with the T and H on the end, but for some reason they just put February 10, 2006. But as you can see, February 10, 2006 equals 114, just like J Dilla equals 114. Just like how the reflection of J Dilla equals, sorry, not the reflection, just like how in reverse full reduction, J Dilla equals 42. And so does Jesuit and Freemason equals 42. We've gone over the number 42 as it equates to Black history quite a lot. LeBron James equals 42, right? His birthday is on the 30th of December. When you add up 30 and 12, 30th of December, you get 42. Notice his name equals 42. His name also equals 66, and he's always carrying these sixes when he goes on the pitch. You see that there, 6 there, 6 there, and then another 6 there, right? Also notice Kobe Bryant died at the age of 41, but he was in his 42nd year of life. I just went through this with the J Dilla thing, right? How he was 32, but he died in his 33rd year of life. And I've even got a little description here. When you are born, you are not 1 year old. You are in your first year of life. Then on your birthday, you become 1. Then you begin your second year of life. So Kobe died at 41, but he was in his 42nd year of life. Again, more 42s related to Black history. The Martin sitcom from the early 90s. The main character, Martin, lived in apartment 42. Right? As you can see, Martin equals 42 and 30, just like Tuskegee, slavery, 30 and 42. Right? And then also you have this rapper called Lil Keed, who, funnily enough, who also died in Los Angeles, California, right? Just like J Dilla did. A lot of rappers dying in Los Angeles, California, right? But just notice, he's got a 21 as well, just like J Dilla. But he's also got a 24, which is a reflection of 42. And also, if you double 21, you also get 42. Right? But just notice how Lil Keed had this song called Nameless, right? It came out in 2018. And if you check here, the peak chart positions of Nameless, it charted at what? 42 and 30, just like the N-word, 42 and 30. So it's almost like they're calling him a nameless, you know what. All you are to us is a nameless, you know what, right? Racial slur 42, bigotry 42, vaccine 30 and 42. Who was it that they told you needed to get it the most, right? Low income households and who? African Americans. Again, watch this video. If you've not watched it yet, go check it out. You'll see those 2 slides that I just showed you in that video, but there's way more so you can understand this information. But to go more into it, again, you got Rosa Parks, who was born on the 4th of February, a date that's written 4/2, right? 4th of February, or 2/4, February the 4th, right? But February equals 42. Also notice how she died on the 24th of October, right? 24, reflection of 42, and she died in Detroit, Michigan. For those of you who don't know, Detroit, Michigan is the 42 state. It's on the 42 parallel. Again, in the last slide I showed you, Tuskegee equals 42. And obviously she was born in Tuskegee, 42, on 4/2. Jesuit equals 42. Again, some more 42s. Malcolm X, 42. Boss, 42. Cosby Show, 42. The Huxtables, who were the family in the Cosby Show, 42. And of course, Jackie Robinson was the first black baseball player of the modern era. He wore the number 42. Moses Walker equals 42. He was the first official black player in the league. And obviously, Moses Walker's middle name is Fleetwood, 42. Right? And he also played in 42 games of baseball, as you can see right here. Moses Fleetwood Walker, right? Fleetwood, 42. Moses Walker, 42 and 66. Jackie, 42. As you can see, Jackie here wearing the number 42. There's even a film called 42, which had Chadwick Boseman in it, and Chadwick Boseman also died at the age of 42. So as you can see, the number 42 is plastered heavily over Black history. Check out this video for more info on that. Back to J Dilla. The Illuminati equals 81. Just like his second name, DeWitt. Oh, sorry, his middle name, DeWitt, equals 81. Also notice the 81 that popped up with Black the Ripper as well, right? Black the Ripper equals 81. Samson, one of his nicknames, 81. Ritual, 81. Even back to Cadet and Krypton Conan, right? The Revenge is Sweet album that Krypton Conan released after Cadet's death. Revenge is Sweet album equals 81, just like Ritual equals 81. Again, just showing you guys the numbers. You guys can make up your own conclusions as to what you think is happening here. But we do keep seeing these numbers pop up very, very frequently. So J Dilla, also known as JD Dilla, Dilla Dog. He is active 1993 to 2006. So he's active for a total of 13 years. Right? 13 years. 13 is a big number. But yeah, as you can see, Yancey, right? His second name, Yancey 71. Dilla Dog 73. Dilla Dog 73. Sacrifice 73. Ritual Sacrifice 73. And just notice where he died, Los Angeles 37. Just like how Dilla Dog in reflection equals 37. Probably a coincidence. I'll let you guys comment below and let me know what you think. But again, they said he died from lupus, right? And notice how lupus equals 17, just like Kill. Again, Sacrifice, Dilla Dog, DeWitt, Yancey equals 170. Drop the 0, you get 17. And notice how he died again in Los Angeles. And it's just, I find it interesting that he's wearing the number 35 in this picture. First of all, this swag is mad though, innit? This is crazy how the swag has changed since 2006. But yeah, the baggy stuff's not in anymore. But 35, which also equals Catholic equals 35, and the Jesuit order are a Catholic order, but a Catholic religious order. But yeah, the reflection of 35 is obviously 53, right? And again, Dilla Dog equals 53. You know what I mean? So yeah, Ritual Sacrifice 154. DeWitt Yancey 154. DeWitt Yancey also equals 62, just like Sacrifice. And his full name, James DeWitt Yancey, equals 202, which if you drop the 0, you get 22, which is another master number in Masonry. But just notice the plural of Jesuits equals 22. Right? Human Sacrifice equals 67. Blood Sacrifice equals 67. James DeWitt Yancey equals 67. And look, again, there's a connection with the Los Angeles, California. He died in Los Angeles, California, 67. Blood Sacrifice, 257. James DeWitt Yancey, 257. 257 is the 55th prime number. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci, 10th triangular, and the 5th square pyramidal number. Just notice Satan equals 55. Satan also equals 10. That's where the 10 comes from. and DeWitt Yancey equals 55. Not saying that DeWitt Yancey is Satan. I'm saying that it was a ritual sacrifice to Satan, or rather a blood sacrifice to Satan, right? 257 broken down to 55, broken down to 10, right? Even 5 plus 5 equals 10, right? Probably a coincidence though. James DeWitt Yancey equals 95, right? And 95 is a big number with the Society of Jesus, right? Because the Society of Jesus were founded on September the 27th, right? A day that leaves 95 days left in the year, right? Days left in the year after September 27th, 95, right? 95 days. Also, the Bavarian Illuminati equals 95, right? Again, like I said, the Jesuit Order, Society of Jesus, the Templars, Illuminati, call them what you want. They're all part of the same group, right? They all push the same ideals and agendas. So again, created September the 27th, Jesuit Order. What impact did the 95 Theses have on society? So the 95 Theses was basically a book published by Martin Luther, not to be confused with Martin Luther King, but by Martin Luther, right? He published the 95 Theses, and basically in this book he unleashed criticisms that resulted in the rejection of the Pope and his authority, right? So obviously, like I said to you a minute ago, Society of Jesus are a Catholic religious order. Obviously the Pope is in charge of Catholicism, right? So when this guy came up with the 95 Theses, it obviously counteracted what these lot were trying to do at the time in the 1500s. They were trying to push Christianity and Catholicism to everyone, and obviously this 95 Theses kind of like deterred that, which is why they kind of mocked him in history. They mocked Martin Luther in history by saying, okay, 95 Theses, that's cool. We're going to create our establishment with a day leaving 95 days left. And let's see how you feel about that, right? So this is their way of kind of mocking Martin Luther. And it goes deeper than that. There's a reason why Martin Luther King is in history. Again, not to be confused with this Martin Luther, because they use Martin Luther King based off this character, but that's for another video. Anyway, moving on back towards J Dilla. James DeWitt equals 69. Just like Black songwriter, he was a songwriter. The Jesuit Order also equals 69, and also equals 84, which has synchronicities with Illuminati, which is obviously 48, which is a reflection. You got Black drummer as well, which equals 121. Again, guys, go back in the video if you missed it. But in that little Wikipedia snippet that I took out, they said that you was a drummer, they said that you was a producer, they said that you was a rapper. All right, that's why I'm using these terms. But just notice how Black drummer equals 121, just like James Yancey equals 121, just like Blood Sacrifice equals 121. If you guys remember, there was a song by Drake on his More Life album called Sacrifices, and the first lyric of that song, Sacrifices by Drake says, "Vote this shit January 21, right? January 21, 121, 1/21, Blood Sacrifice 121. Notice that James Yancey equals 40, just like the word kill equals 44. If you drop the 0, right, kill equals 44. I always find it interesting that the word kill is a 4-letter word and it equals 44. And even in Sumerian, the word killing equals 444. And we went over how 4 is unlucky in Chinese, right? The number 4 in Cantonese is considered an unlucky number in Chinese because it is nearly homophonous to the word death. The way you say number 4 and the way you say death in Cantonese is pronounced the same. That's why they don't believe in the number 4 in China. If you go to China, you go to a building, there'll be no 4th floor, no 14th floor, no 24th floor. Anything with the number 4 in, they consider it unlucky. But just notice here, the word killing equals 444 in Sumerian. Now, Sumerian is basically the alphabet times by 6, because the Sumerians believed that the number 6 was the base number. They believed the number 6 was the base number. So if you were to times the alphabet by 6, this is what killing equals to, 444. So if you're typing in the alphabet by 6, A is 6, right? B is 12, C is 18, D is 24. You're just timesing it by 6. Instead of A being 1, A becomes 6. Instead of B being 2, B becomes 12. Instead of C being 3, C becomes 18. You just times it by 6, okay? This is how you get killing 444. That's why the value is so big. This is a new cipher. The only reason I'm explaining this is because I've not used this cipher in any of my videos yet, but I want you to understand that it is relatable, and I will be using this cipher a bit more in my future decodes. So now we move on to this number 113. As you guys can see, Detroit, Michigan, and Los Angeles, California, right? Two places that are heavily linked to J Dilla, have the synchronicity of 113. And for those of you who do not know, 113 is the number for dishonesty. As you can see, the number for dishonesty, 311, the reflection of it, 113, right? But just notice all these words here have something to do with dishonesty or not being truthful. Look, dishonest, 113, not honest, 113, fiction, which means it's not real, 113, illusions, which means it's not real, 113, puppets, which means they're not real, politics, self-explanatory, election day, self-explanatory, bullshit, self-explanatory, mainstream, right? Broadcasting, not true, not factual, disinfo, perjury. Perjury is when you omit perjury is when you omit certain details from a story. If you're telling a story but you omit certain details, so you're being dishonest, basically. You're telling a half truth, right? Perjury is you telling a half truth. You're not being fully honest. You're telling a lie. Infidelity, right? Infidelity, when you cheat on your partner, you're lying to your partner. Divorce. Why do a lot of people get into divorces? There's multiple reasons, but divorce obviously has something to do with not being honest or dishonesty, and you know what I mean, it's relatable. Sinister, 113, fake reality, 113, dream world, 113, green screen, 113. The number for dishonesty, 311, 113 in reverse, right? So you have to start asking yourself questions about this person's passing. Songwriter, 59, James Yancey, 59. Detroit, Michigan, 50, JD, 50. Jesuits equals 50, the plural. Also, Soulquarians equals 50. So we're going to get into the Soulquarians now. The Soulquarians were a rotating collective of experimental black music artists active during the late 1990s and the early 2000s. Just notice, from J Dilla's birthday, the day he was born on, Thursday, February the 7th, 1974, all the way to his death, Friday, February the 10th, 2006, right? It was 1,670 weeks from J Dilla's birthday, when he was born, to his death. So Aquarians equals 167. Again, just drop the 0, right? Drop the 0, you get 167. Now, what I found interesting is that the only other member to die so far from the Soulquarians was a man called Roy Hargrove, who I believe was a trumpet player. Is that a trumpet? I think it's a trumpet. No, it's not a trumpet, is it? I think it is a trumpet. I'm not entirely sure. I apologize. But Roy Hargrove, right? 55. DeWitt Yancey, 55. Synchronicities. Notice the date between Roy Hargrove's birthday and J Dilla's birthday is 4 years and 3 months. So Roy Hargrove was 4 years and 3 months older than J Dilla. Again, with the 43, murdered, 43. Reflection of 43, 34, murder. Freemasons, 43. Slum Village, the group that J Dilla was a part of, 43. Lucifer, 43. And as you can see, drummer equals 43. J Dilla was the drummer. But also notice here that Roy Anthony Hargrove, right? He died. He was also a member of the Soulquarians, remember? He was also a member of the Soulquarians. He died at the age of 49, just like black rapper and black drummer equals 49. And just notice the day he was born on, October the 16th, 1969. Add up those numbers, you get 114. Just like how J Dilla equals 114. Again, these were the only two members from the Soulquarians that have died so far. So far, right? Again, even February the 10th, 2006 equals 114, which we went over earlier. But we're not done yet. We're not done. We're not done. Because his birthday, his date numerology for his birthday was also on 95 and 23 date numerology. And as you know, JD equals 23. And of course, what age did he die at? He died at the age of 32, which is a reflection of 23. And of course, with James DeWitt Yancey equals 95 as well. So these two were heavily connected, and these are the only two that died from the Soulquarians. Also notice that the day he died on, Roy Anthony Hargrove, again another member from the Soulquarians, he died on November the 2nd, which left 59 days left in the year. 59. 59 is the 17th prime number. Killer equals 17, of course. Songwriter equals 59. James Yancey equals 59. Right, that's J Dilla's first and last name, James Yancey. So, shortly after the passing of J Dilla, Bilal Saeed Oliver, right, released this album called Love for Sale. Just notice how Bilal Saeed Oliver equals 103. Take away the 0, you get 13. Just like how Love for Sale, the name of this album, equals 130. Take away the 13, right? So this is by Bilal. I'm not sure which one is Bilal. I think this one might be Bilal. I'm not sure. But anyway, notice how it says here that the song was released through an internet leak. I just find it interesting because internet leak equals 53, right? And it equals 73. It's just like Sacrifice equals 73. And it's funny because Dilla Dog equals 53. Here's J Dilla down here. Dilla Dog equals 53, right? And it's funny because Love for Sale equals 130, just like Detroit, Michigan equals 130, just like Human Sacrifice equals 130. And remember earlier we spoke about the number 13, didn't we? We spoke about the number 13 earlier. Well, here it is again, popping up again, the number 13. I'm not going to try and read this because I'm just going to mess it up. But yeah, TTP, the actual official name for it, equals 177 in reverse full reduction. Again, just copy and paste. I did not type this out because I knew I'd get it wrong. Just copy it and paste it. 177, just like the Jesuit order equals 177. Again, if any of you guys know anyone that died of this rare disease, let me know, because again, these sorts of diseases, where did this even come from? I've never ever heard of this disease before. But again, it's rare, right? But if you guys know anyone that's died from it or anything like that, let me know, because you know, it's just interesting to kind of know about these things. You know, it's just interesting. Also noticed here, I didn't notice this before, but I noticed he's got like this chain on, which kind of resembles a Templar cross. Interesting. Anyway, Bilal Saeed Oliver, right, equals 103. 103 is the 27th prime number. DeWitt equals 27. DeWitt was is J Dilla's middle name. DeWitt, as you can see here, the ritual number, right, 81, 27, 45. Now we're going to get into his albums. So we got his first album. So we're going to start from the albums before he died, obviously, and then we'll progress forward. So Welcome to Detroit was his first album, right? It was released on February 26th, 2001. And it equals 70. Welcome to Detroit, 70. Just like how Sacrifices equals 70. Just like how the day he was born on equals 70. February the 7th, 1994. Oh, sorry. February 7, because we don't speak English here. February 7, 1974, not the 7th. February 7, 1974 equals 70. Also notice how the length of the album is 41 minutes and 4 seconds. When you add those numbers up, you get the number 9. Also notice how this album was released on the label BBE. BBE equals 72. And you guys, if you've seen my previous videos, you're already going to know what I'm going to say here, because 72 is always closely followed by what? The number 27. We've discussed this many times in my cadet video, in my Black the Ripper video, right? 27 and 72, they're like two peas in the pod. Whenever 72 is about, 27 is never too far behind. And they're reflections of each other, right? They're reflections of each other. And as we discussed in the previous slide, 27 is the ritual number, right? That's why a lot of celebrities die at 27, right? The 27 Club. Jesuit order equals 72. And even if you look here, from the release of this album to his birthday that year, sorry, from his birthday that year to the release of the album, so his birthday that year, February the 7th, 2001, to the release of this album was 2 weeks and 5 days, just like his death of the TTP, right? 25, 2/5, sorry, not 2/5, 25, right? 2 weeks, 5 days, 25. Moving on to his next album. Just notice how the length of this album is 52 minutes and 8 seconds. When you add those numbers up, it equals 15. When you reduce those numbers, 1 + 5 = 6, and he died in 2006, or he died in 06, right? Again, drop the number, drop the 0, 6, died in the year 6, 06. But anyway, so this album came out 8 months before his birthday of this year. So the previous album came out 2 weeks and 5 days before his birthday. This album came out exactly 8 months after his birthday. So this one came out 2 weeks and 5 days before his birthday. This one came out 8 months after his birthday, right? On that year, check the years. Yeah, 2001, 2003, don't get confused, all right? This one was 2 weeks and 5 days before his birthday in 2001. This one was 8 months after his birthday in 2003. Notice Bavarian Illuminati equals 80, along with Satan equals 80. I also found it interesting that Stone Throw Records, which is where this label was released. So this album was released on Stone Throw Records. Stone's Throw Record equals 102. And James equals 12, right? His first name. Also Cardiac Arrest equals 120. Just like how Illuminati equals 120. Again, James, Jesuit, they have this synchronicity with the 12 and the 78, right? Reflections of each other. Again, Welcome to Detroit, 78, his first album. Stone Throws Records, 87, right? Reflections of each other. Again, reflections, it's all related. And even from the release of the first album, right? The first album, so the release from Welcome to Detroit to this album was 136 weeks. So the release of the Welcome to Detroit album to the release of this album, Champion Sound, was 136 weeks, right? And just notice 136 is the 16th triangular number. You add up 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 up to 16, you get 136. And obviously TTP is 16, right? See how it relates there? Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But notice Champion Sound equals 62. And we've gone over the 62 already, with his name equaling 62 and the word sacrifice equaling 62. And even the word kill synchronizes with Champion Sound. Champion Sound equals 64 in reverse full reduction, and it also equals 64, just like kill. Now we're going to go into his final album before he passed away. It's the last album that he released. He released this album on his birthday, right? The year he died. So he released his album 3 days before he died, right? So this album came out. This album came out 2 years and 4 months after his previous birthday, after his birthday that year. So, right? So not after his birthday that year. This album came out 2 years and 4 months after the last album. So the last album came out October the 7th. This album came out 2 years and 4 months after that. But just notice the reflection of 24 is 42. J Dilla equals 42. Just like Jesuit and Freemason. Again, from this album, from the previous album to this album, it was 122 weeks and 0 days. 122 weeks exactly. And songwriter equals 122. And satanic equals 122. Again, I find it interesting that on the last album, right, the what was it, on the Champion Sound album, it was, the label was Stone Throws Records, but it's interesting now, this time it's just Stone's Throw, right? So this album was released on Stone's Throw, but the last album was released on Stone Throws Record. I know it sounds pedantic, but it just seems, why would it change its name? And when you click on both of these links, guys, on Wikipedia, it goes to the same place. So why is it not? Why did they not just put Stone Throws Records? But there's reason why, because Stone Throw equals 50, just like Satanic equals 50, just like Jesuits equals 50, just like Soulquarians equals 50, just like JD equals 50, just like Detroit, Michigan equals 50. Again, coincidence, most likely. Anyway, the span between album number 2 and album number 3, this is the 3rd album before he died, right? So the span was 28 months between Champion Sound and Donuts, right? The albums, 28 months. And we've seen the 28 before with Black the Ripper and with Cadet. Again, Donuts equals 93, just like our Black Songwriter equals 93. Right, and even the reflection of 93 is 39. James DeWitt, his first and last name, sorry, his first and middle name, James DeWitt, 39. Just like Masonry equals 39. Notice how the length of this album is 43 minutes and 24 seconds. Add those numbers up, it equals 13. We already discussed 13 earlier. But when you break down 13, you get 1 plus 3, which equals 4. And obviously 4 is a number associated with death, as we explained earlier. But again, look at this. He died February the 10th, 2006 at age 32 in Los Angeles, California. As you can see, February the 10th, 2006 had a date numerology of 30 and 20, just like death. So it's like he was scripted to die. Again, day of the year, the 10th, just like Los Angeles, California equals 41. Also notice the day of the year, the days left in the year, February the 10th, it leaves 324 days in the year. 324 is the 18th square number. And again, February the 10th, 2006, the day he died on, February the 10th, 06, 18 date numerology. So the day of the year that he died on, it left 324 days left in the year. After February the 10th, there's 324 days left in the year. 324 is the 18th square number. On the day he died on 18 date numerology. What's the chances of that happening? We've already gone over the 18, but here's some more numbers that again also add up to 9. Alright, so if you can see BBE, the label that his first album was released on, equals 9. Bilal, he released that Love for Sale album straight after J Dilla passed, right? IHS is the acronym for Isus Hominum Salvator, which is the motto for the Jesuit order, aka the Society of Jesus. Isus Hominum Salvator loosely translates from Latin as Jesus our Savior. But as you can see, guys, it's looking very ritualistic right now. Looking very ritualistic right now. So now we've got this album that came out after J Dilla's death. And I find it interesting that it's called The Shining, because we all know about that horror movie, The Shining, where that man killed all of his family and that. But anyway, we're back onto the label BBE now. That's interesting, right? It's like the ritual started with BBE and then it ends with BBE afterwards. But anyway, from his birthday that day, from the last album, right? So from the Donuts album to this album, it was 196 days. Right, 196 days between the last album and then this album. 196 is the 14th square number, and the word end equals 14. Like the end of a life, right? And notice end equals 23. How he died at 32, the reflection of 23. So the end, right? The end. And even the number 14, when you break it down, look, 14 equals 104 in ordinal. Again, drop the 0. What do you get? 14. Even a reflection of 14, which equals 41, right? Again, where did he die? Los Angeles, California, right? 41, right? And even his name, JD, also not JD, James Yancey equals 40. But I think JD is 40 as well. Can't remember. But anyway, 40, right? From the release of Champion Sound to Donuts was 28 months, right? From the release of Champion Sound to Donuts was 28 months. From the release of Donuts to The Shining was 28 weeks. Sorry, not 28 months. And obviously Kill equals 28. And it's interesting because I said this in the last video with Takeoff, right? There's always seems to be 3 connections with the 28 number. I've noticed this. There's always 3 connections with the 28 number. Right? As you can see, Kill equals 28, Takeoff equals 28, and he died at 28. Again, Black the Ripper, Dean West equals 28, his real name. Kill equals 28, and he was born on the 28th, right? You guys can see 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, right? And it's interesting because when you times 28 by 3, you get 84, which obviously relates to the Jesuit order. Again, I'm not saying that this is what's happening, but you guys can look at the numbers for yourself. And I feel like deep down inside, something will be telling you, you know, at least you'll be thinking about it. Even if you think it's bullshit, part of you is going to be like, these numbers, they're popping up a bit too often. I don't know. It's popping up too often to be. If something happens once, okay, coincidence. Twice, okay, coincidence. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Anyway, moving forward, The Shining equals 113. We've already discussed this 113 number, as it is the number for dishonesty, but again relates back to Detroit, Michigan and Los Angeles. The Shining equals 59, just like James Yancey, the songwriter, 59. The Shining equals 157, just like Soul Aquarians equals 157. Again, same cipher, guys, reverse English ordinal. This is just the alphabet backwards. Z is 1, Y is 2, X is 3, W is 4, and so forth, with A being the 26th letter. Right? That's why you can see A here is 26. Right? Anyway, The Shining equals 49, just like how Love for Sale equals 49, just like how Black Rapper and Black Drummer equals 49. Now we're going to move into Slum Village, because that was the group that he was most known with. As you can see, Slum Village equals 43, just like Murdered and Freemasons. Notice Slum Village, the studio album. It was released on Tuesday, October 25th, 2005. Right, from that date, Tuesday, October 25th, 2005, to the death of J Dilla was 3 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days. 322 is heavily associated with Skull and Bones, also known as the Order or Order 3322 or the Brotherhood of Death. Right, they're undergraduate senior secret society at Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut. This is the emblem of the Skull and Bones Society. So this is where a lot of presidents and politicians are from. Skull and Bones, I believe. George Bush, obviously part of Skull and Bones, and who he was running against in the 2000s was also a member of the Skull and Bones. Quite a few Skull and Bones members about, but yeah, this is their emblem. As you can see, the skull and the crossbones, and even when you type in skull and crossbones, you get the number 223. This is an English ordinal. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. A is 1, see A1 there, B2, C3, right? Skull and crossbones. As you can see, a skull and crossbones equals 223, which is the reflection of 322, right? And this album came out 3 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days before J Dilla died. Look, Friday, February the 10th, 2006. That's when he died. So notice October 25, 2005 equals 65, just like how Slum Village equals 65. So the name of this album is called Slum Village, which equals 65, and the date it came out equals 65. Coincidence though? Coincidence. RJ Rice Studios. So this is where it was recorded, in RJ Rice Studios. 170. Sacrifice equals 170, just like Dilla Dog, just like DeWitt Yancey. Again, he died from lupus, right? That's what they tell us, 17. And RJ Rice Studios equals 62. And we've already been over the 62 multiple times. I think you guys have got tired of seeing the 62 as well, because you already know what it is. But there we go, moving on. So the album was recorded in RJ Rice Studios, but it was released on Barack Records, right? So it was recorded in RJ Rice Studios, but it was released on Barack Records. Just notice Barack equals 115. So does Killing equals 115. And Bartin is the name of one of the Slum Village members who passed away. So J Dilla wasn't the only Slum Village member who passed away. Bartin also passed away. 115. But when I saw the Barack Records, I couldn't help but think about Barack Obama. And I know how everything's all scripted together. Entertainment, sports, music, politicians. It's all scripted together, right? Like how... what was it that happened? I think when the Astro World tragedy happened, you had what's his name, Astro from the UB40. He also died, right? So you got Astro from UB40 who died on the same day as the Astro World tragedy. So you know, they like to play with words. They like to play with words. And I think around the same time, the Houston Astros, which is the basketball team, I think, or the baseball team, I'm not sure, the Houston Astros, this all happened around Astro World time. The Houston Astros then went on to win something, I can't remember, but basically all of these words, they're always related, right? They're always related. So when I saw Barack records, I couldn't help but think Barack Obama, there's going to be some sort of relation here. So I typed in Barack Obama 32, just like how J Dilla died at 32, right? Now what I find interesting is when you include the end date, right, and this is why I'll put the screenshot here if you guys can see. When you include the end date, from the release of this album to J Dilla's death was 15 weeks and 4 days. 15 weeks and 4 days. Without the end date, it'd be 15 weeks and 3 days. But including the end date is 15 weeks and 4 days. Just like how DeWitt Yancey equals 154. Confirmation of his full name. And of course, I mean, you guys can see. Also find it interesting that if you go on Wikipedia, it's got a picture of him in 2004. And it just made me think like 2004, drop the zeros, 24, you know, reflection of 42. They love to stamp that number over black history and black people. But again, between the album release date and his death, 108 days. Again, he died on 18 date numerology, right? IHS, Ritual Sacrifice, DeWitt, 81. So the first album, it's the first studio album that was released by Slum Village, right? It was originally released on July the 11th, 1997 as a bootleg release, right? Then they released it again. They released it again 9 years later. Check that, guys. 9 years later. 9 years later. The completion number. But just notice how July 11th, 1997 equals 105, just like Fantastic equals 150. Right. Again, we had this in the last album, right? Slum Village equals 65, the date equals 65. This happened again. Look, Fantastic equals 150, the date it was released equals 105. You take away the zeros, what do you get? You get 15. It's the same. February 28th, 2006, right? This is the official release date that they told us, right? This is the bootleg release, the official release, 78. 78 is a 12 triangular number. James equals 12, right? First name of J Dilla, James. How did J Dilla pass away? Cardiac arrest, 120. It's what they told us, 120. So why they tell? So my question is, why did they tell us about the TTP and the lupus then? Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. If he died of a cardiac arrest, why are they telling us about the TTP and the lupus? Do you get me? It doesn't make sense. But anyway, coincidence. So that is the end of today's video. Of course, if you guys have any suggestions for future decodes, please drop them down below. Let me know what you'd like me to look into. Yeah, I've had Amy Winehouse suggested to me in the comment section, so I may look into that. Obviously, I am trying to work more with the UK side of things. I know I've done J Dilla today, but I do want to focus more on the UK celebrities. So if you guys got any UK celebrities you'd like me to check out, or anything weird that you've seen, even if it's like an article you want decoded, like for example the Mason Greenwood situation with the whole you know what allegation, if you want me to go into things like that, I can decode that as well. It doesn't have to be their death, it can be something that they're going through. You know, I mean, I've seen a lot of people decoding the Jamie Foxx situation recently because Jamie Foxx went into hospital for quote unquote medical complications. But again, there's multiple things we can discuss. Just let me know if you're interested. Just drop a message below, either on TikTok or Instagram or wherever you see this clip. Just drop a message and, you know, I'll be sure to check it out. Of course, check out my previous videos. You know, it was UK rapper Cadet Sacrifice, was Black the Ripper Sacrifice. Check them out. And of course, follow me on my other platforms. Help spread the information. Linktree.com/RocksmithPrime95. Links are in the description and are only a finger tap away. Do not delay. And as you guys know, I said this at the beginning of the presentation, men lie, women lie, numbers do not. You guys can take what you want to take from this video, you know, share it with your friends. Let me know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm really interested to know what you guys think about this work. You know, I'm really interested because sometimes I think, am I deep in it too much? Am I looking in things too much? But I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know what's on your minds when it comes to these sorts of things, and you know, anything that you want me to discuss, let me know. Even if it's something in history that you're not sure of, like, I don't know, maybe you're unsure about certain things that they've told us in history and you want me to check it out, just let me know. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? I'm always there to just, you know, discover the truth really, and just bring it to light, just to find out what's really happening behind the scenes. But yeah, that's been me, RP, and I will see you guys very soon.